welcome back. Okay, welcome back. I apologize for the delayed start here, but I was just trying to fix the spreadsheet, and it looks like, hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays fixed. But here we go. We're getting ready for the round of 8 of GSL Group A, and this is the group we have before us. It is going to be Cure versus DRG, Gumiho versus Solar, and the winners match, the elimination match, and the decider match thereafter. So we have 5 best of 3s before us here. Again, they're best of 3s, not best of 5s. I believe that is reserved for the playoff bracket, so that is what we have. Also, big shout out to Noam Chomsky. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 4 months. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Bienvenidos, everyone. Bienvenidos again. These are matches that did occur a couple of weeks ago here, but we're going to be experiencing them, or at least I'm going to be experiencing them for the first time here today. I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. Up first, we have Cure versus DRG. Let's go. I believe they actually faced off in the group stage as well, which we did cover, which is interesting that they're going to be facing off again. And we'll see if there's, hopefully we do see a bit of a different turnout there. Of course, this is also in the midst of Cure joining a new team. Same with Gumiho as well. It's great to see that they have found some support, some more support, and some more teams looking to invest at least a little bit into StarCraft. With Cure, of course, joining Team Liquid, and Gumiho joining Cloud9. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of our Gyeone, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the red Zerg. It is DRG. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Now, I was gonna start talking about how, like, I wish and I hope that DRG is also gonna be able to find a team. He's one of the few one of the few players that is not on a team at the moment. It was DRG, Cure, and Gumiho. Cure and Gumiho that have since found teams. DRG is still looking for a place to call home. But as he's looking for home, we have Cure going for a proxy 2 racks. Did I say 2 racks? 3 racks. Let's go. Oh my god. Mining through these middle patches, of course, there is a Reaper cliff to go up this ramp and to go up into the main base as well. So a very cheeky place to hide these racks is, and DRG is none the wiser. Now, proxy 3 racks is very committed. I wouldn't go as far as to say all in. In this position, actually, it may just be, yeah, all in at this point. Gases are being taken. Wait, no, they're not. Hold on. Oh, right, we can just mine, of course. My brain was thinking, oh yeah, this makes sense, because like you can just jump up all these cliffs, but no, never mind. You can actually use these same SCVs to mine through these middle patches and commit to a standard proxy 3 racks with Marines and bunkers soon thereafter. So again, this is going to be a very committed build from Cure. DRG. He is not keeping his overlords back at home. Typically, you do send your second overlord to check the proxy location, then double back here to make sure that there's no bunker. But DRG, he's taking a risk that is going to cost him here, as the SCVs are on the way and the bunkers are soon to be thrown down. There we go. The bunkers are on the way. Marines are en route as well, and now DRG is aware. He pulls back his workers, takes a second gas. We throw down a Roach Warren as well. We're going to be committed here to 1 base play. DRG, he's going to have to give up on his natural base. There's no saving it, and it would be a mistake to try to save it because, again, this is a 3 racks. If this was a 2 racks, we could try and do so, but alas, that is not the case. 3 SCVs have been revealed. Lings arrive. They're going to be able to zone those SCVs away. Again, keep the main base safe. But the natural should go down. Should go down here. As a couple of Lings are making it out as well. Actually, DRG getting ready to maybe even try and collapse on this position. As we do only push in just to save the Queen. Really nice moves here from DRG. Even using some of this creep that is provided by the hatchery. Not too bad. He saves the Queen, brings the other forward. Will still lose the low ground, but we have 5 Roaches in production. They are on the way. And with these 5 Roaches, with the Queens, with the Lings, can we break this here? DRG a little bit supply blocked upon losing the hatchery. Does have an Overlord on the way. Roaches are barely popping out in time. We're going to be able to save them, preserve them. We need those Ravagers. And we do have the resources for it, but we don't have the supply. The supply block hurting so much. There we go. 2 Ravagers are on the way on the low ground. But we will need another Overlord as well. Back at home, we aren't transitioning yet. In a way, we're transitioning. We have a tech lab on the way. Concussive Shell. Marauders are in production for Cure. He's doubling down on this. He's not trying to transition out. He's trying to just double down on the all-in. Creep is spreading. Link speed on the way. Additional overlords have arrived. More Ravagers are on the way as well. This position is a little bit vulnerable, but Cure isn't going to try and dive. I mean, he doesn't have stim. No way to really dive on top of those Ravagers. Just hold the line here. Here are the Biles. Ooh, they take down an SCV. Not too bad. SCV does go down, but we still have 2 more to repair. It also costs a couple of Lings. Biles continuing to connect. Additional Marauders are on the way. And Concussive Shell is done. Which means we can try to focus on some of these Ravagers. Ooh, 1 Marine falls. So far, good control here from DRG. And he doesn't want to overextend. Ling speed about to kick in, and once it does, we can break free. We have 6 Ravagers, and the 7th Roach, or 1 Roach, I guess. There it is. Soon to be 7 Ravagers. Oh no! 1 gets caught out. That's a pretty big loss, actually, for DRG. 1 Ravager goes down for free. Rebuilding that 7th Ravager, and we're coming in too prematurely. Another Ravager goes down. The Lings have to collapse, but no, they cannot. Cure, he's just picking away at DRG. 1 unit at a time. Hasn't really lost much of anything. Only a handful of Marines. Biles are zoning back the Bio Army. Oh! Ooh, does connect on the Marauder. More Lings are on the way. Looks like we're sticking to 6 Ravagers for the time being. No more Roaches in production. The Queen is going back to transfuse. Inject. Oof, bunker does almost fall. Stim is still in production. No, we catch another Ravager. Oh, we almost do. Stim about to finish up. Another Ravager barely survives. We do have the transfuse from the high ground. Very nice moves from DRG. But he does get caught out once again. Doesn't commit. Does pull back to the safety of the bunker. Another Ravager goes down. We're down to 4, down to 3, down to only 2, and we're gonna clean this up. The Lings, they have to commit, but there's how do we push in? We cannot. GG gets called, and Cure takes game number 1. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Really, really slow, methodical execution of that all-in as well from Cure. And DRG, he was just bleeding out a little bit too much there, too quickly. Ravagers going down for free, unfortunately. And yeah, just a little bit of missteps here and there from DRG. In that kind of game state, every Ravager is so precious to you. You have to just bank them up, get ready to just dive on that bunker as well with your Biles. And yeah, Cure, he just picked them apart. Really well done. Very well done. On top of that, there was a pretty crucial moment when DRG was supply blocked. It was when the hatchery died. When the hatchery died, DRG was heavily supply blocked. That delayed Ravagers, and he didn't make an Overlord until a little bit afterwards. So that was also a crucial moment as well. Again, DRG just caught completely off guard by the proxy. A very cheeky proxy on Alcyone. It's concerning. That's a little bit concerning, papi. When it comes to builds on that map. And I think what's interesting to me is that we have seen proxies in that area, in that location, on Alcyone over the past couple of weeks, but we haven't seen exactly that build. We haven't seen that build specifically, going for the proxy 3 racks and mining through those middle patches. At least I haven't seen that yet. Despite all the casting that we do, you know, we haven't seen another Terran player try to replicate that. But, you know, that's now available. That's now a thing. Something to just have in the back of your mind as a Zerg player playing on that map. So, wild. GG, well played. And with that, again, Cure does take the first game, and we're looking to get into game number 2. Ooh. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of side Delta, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player. It is DRG. currently down in this series, and unfortunately that game didn't really give us too much of DRG. You know, we didn't really have too much insight of his game states in the mid game towards the late game. It was just over before it really began. DRG's reaction was really good, like his ability to save his queen at the natural, to throw down the gas geyser, get into roaches, like that was all fine, but there were like these minute details where he was struggling in, like the supply blocks. The supply blocks are probably one of the biggest ones, and also of course getting caught out with his ravagers on a multitude of occasions didn't help. As we do have a hatch gas pool set up here from DRG, Cure on the other side is going for a low ground 2 racks, going for 2 racks Reaper. Again, Cure, he has, like many of the Korean Terrans, they have since adopted the Beyond way of opening up here in ZVT, and Cure has his own flair. More often than not, he goes from this 2 racks into a 3cc 2-on-1. We have seen him 4 racks as well, one or the other, but mainly it's a 3cc follow-up from this. I don't think I've ever seen Cure go for a 3 racks, actually. I don't think I've ever seen him try out the 3x variation. That's more of a Beyond thing. That's more of a Maru thing. Less so Cure. But we'll see. We'll see what he brings to the table. Oh, actually, I have to fix one of those commands. I think the command for delay still says 2-minute delay, but it's live. It's live. No delay, Papi. No delay. But for now, Reapers are on the way. Again, DRG going for a standard economic opener here. Hatch gas pool, Lings are coming out, and the Reapers should soon be upon us. Oh, but yes, hello, Iron Crystal. Yes, this is a live stream. It is. Live stream of a replay, I should say. As a Reaper does dip into the natural base, he's going to be threatening those drones. Oh. He's going to be threatening those workers. So far, DRG does preserve them. Now, this build here from Cure is designed to contain his opponent here to 2 bases. We do see DRG sneaking out that 3rd, and Curie's looking. He does come across it, and he doubles down. He's making an extra wave of Reapers. We have 3 Reapers. We have a 4th Reaper on the way. The goal here to cancel this hatchery. Again, DRG, he was being a little bit greedy, trying to take this base, and he should be punished. This base should not get up and running. Link speed is on the way. It's halfway done, just under halfway done. And without link speed, we can't really engage. Yeah, DRG, you can see he's sending out a backup drone to throw down another 3rd. And we will force a cancel. It's going to be a kill on the drone. Cure from here, dipping into the main base, but Lings are in position, and another Reaper! Oh my god, it barely does escape. Oh, very impressive there from Cure. From here, though, we should retreat. He's fully aware of the timing of Link Speed. It's going to finish up in 5 seconds, and as Link Speed finishes, Cure gets the hell out of there. Dips back home. Speaking of back at home, it is a 3cc variation. It's going to be a 3cc 2-on-1 as the 3rd command center is on the way before the starport. And DRG, he's rushing across the map with all these things, but there's nothing really to do. We can maybe try and deny Stim. If we do get on top of this tech lab, we could maybe deny it, but outside of that, yeah, we're just focusing on rocks. So DRG's economy is delayed. His 3rd base is heavily delayed as a result of the Reapers. And Cure is establishing himself back at home. Now, this is something unique to Cure. If you've been watching his ZVTs, especially on side Delta, he's very, very fond of this variation of 3cc 2-on-1, which is no Hellions, you actually reactor out Cyclones instead. Now, this will delay Marine production because you go for an add-on swap and you don't have the reactor on the racks like Beyond would do. Cure instead goes for the add-on swap and gets Cyclones. He gets up to 4, maybe 6 Cyclones just for map control, just to shut down Overlords and have a stronger map presence. Here he is. He's already pushing out with 2 Cyclones. He has Hellions on the way behind this here to support this army. And we'll see what he can get done. So far, DRG, he is sending his Overlords out towards some of these pillars to keep them safe. He does spot the army, of course, in the center of the map. DRG is pushing again. He's looking for a Queen to creep Overlords, whatever he can get. But he is vulnerable to a surround. Here we go. DRG does come in from behind. And an overextension from Cure. The Hellions are too little too late. They arrive, but just in time to see everything get cleaned up. Very nice moves here from DRG. Very good use of the links that he made earlier, especially. And Cure, he only has Hellions left. Behind this, we have an armory on the way. This would have been amazing for a Hellbat push, but the wind has been taken out of the sails. And the Hellbats, we'll see how many Hellions we can bank up, and we'll see if DRG is going to be ready for it or not. Something that we don't see here is no Baneling Nest. We're getting into 1-1. DRG is cutting some corners. He's delaying his hatchery. Sorry, he's delaying his lair, delaying his Baneling Nest in favor of 1-1 upgrades, which means no Banelings, which means he's vulnerable to Hellbats. Uh-oh. Aye. And I don't blame him. Like, going for delaying your tech and going for 1-1 is what you want to do against an economic opener. It's how you want to keep up with it. But it's also a little bit risky here, and going for a Hellbats is very uncommon build here from Cure, very uncommon variation, but it's going to work out well. So here we go. Marines are pushing forward, Hellions as well. Soon to be Hellbats. How many queens do we have to defend? We have nine queens. That's a lot of queens. That should be enough. Baneling Nest is thrown down. DRG is vulnerable, yes, but he's not dead. He can hold, he can survive. The concave is looking good. How good are the transfuse? Up! So far, the queens are kept alive. The Lings are stuck behind the army, though. Queens, they're going down one after the other. We try to catch some reinforcements, but the Lings, they get annihilated. And the queens, they need some support. We had 9 queens. We're down to 2. We're down to 1. We're down to 1 queen remaining as Cure does break through. Pushes forward towards the third base. The final queen is going to go down. The reinforcements may clean this up, but the damage has been done. We may not have killed any workers, but we have killed every single queen. And how do we engage this army? It's so battered. It's so overstimmed. It's so overstimmed. Finally, it gets cleaned up. The drones survive, but that was such an efficient fight from Cure. Getting 10 queens and 72 Lings. Behind this, Cure has a comparable economy. I would say that Cure is ahead economically, where even in workers plus mules, Cure is ahead. This also denied the 4th. Remember, this 4th was about to be taken by DRG, and the drone died in the process, which means DRG is stuck on an even base count to the Terran. Not what you want to be seeing. Spotter Lings are being sent out. DRG, of course, now has the lair, which means we're working on Baneling speed. We're just securing ourselves. We're catching back up here in the mid-game. We're looking to stabilize. We haven't stabilized yet, though. DRG taking a risk, going straight into the Infestation Pit. Looking to get into Lingbane, Hive Tech, Vipers, Adrenal Glands, maybe even Lurkers. Oh, that's a lot of Overlords going down. 3 Overlords fall. At the same time, we do have a Ling counterattack, but we have reinforcements and Hellbats as well. We have continued Hellion production. This is something you don't see too often. Hellbats, they do well here against the Lings. Back at home, everything gets cleaned up. DRG does hold, but he loses a lot of Lings here once again. Now we're transitioning into Widow Mines. Cure looking to clean up a lot of this creep as well. There's barely any creep on the map. I'll pick up and Cure, he's just unrelenting, even catching queens off of creep. No. The queens, 2 of them get caught out once again. How many queens do we have left? 5. We do have 1 to at least inject each base. But Cure is not slowing down. He's up 40, almost 50 supply. The spread is good. Oh my god. Lingbane rolls in, but again, this is just not an efficient trade. The spread is just too good here for Cure. He can just keep on pushing, getting on top of the queens once again. There's not enough energy for transfuse. The surround. Ooh, decent connections. But there are no more Banelings, and DRG, he's running out of steam. He's running out of units. And with that, the third base has been broken. GG gets called, and Cure will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations to Cure as he does take the 2-0 in a commanding fashion here against DRG. Game 1, we didn't really get much out of it. We really didn't get much out of game number 1. It was just over before it began with the proxy. Here in game 2, DRG was being greedy. I mentioned before that the low ground Jurax is designed to contain the opponent to 2 bases, and DRG, despite knowing that, tried to sneak out that third. He tried to sneak out the 3rd base. He was punished for it. It was cancelled. He was contained to 2 bases even further, and even had some extra lost resources as a result. And things were looking a little bit better for him. DRG was able to shut down the Cyclone push at least. That was a good moment for him. But he was cutting corners, he delayed his lair, he delayed his Baneling Nest, and the Hellbat push punished him so hard. Unfortunately, DRG wasn't able to scout. He wasn't able to recognize what was happening until it was too late. And that was the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end for DRG in that game. GG. GG, well played. Here does take it 2-0. And that is merely our first series here in the books. We have another TvZ. There are 4 players in this group, not just Cure and DRG. Cure, he advances on to the winner's match. DRG gets knocked down to the elimination match. And we're here to determine who faces who. As up next, Yumiho versus Solar. Let's go.